Hey everybody, welcome to a new YouTube channel, Spark Spotlight. We're basically going to be discussing the Los Angeles Sparks and what's going on with the team. And so starting today, we're going to talk about the expansion draft. Basically it was recently announced that the Toronto Tempo and Portland Fire expansion draft is going to be on April 3rd. So as recording, that's 2 days from now. I'll probably release this morning of April 3rd. Teams can protect 5 players, including restricted agents and free agents. So basically we're going to talk about who should Los Angeles protect. So this is a really tough decision, and it can also create a ton of drama between the players and the organization. Because, I mean, imagine if you just basically your boss told you, oh no, we don't want you on our team. But anyway, so here's who I think they should protect. We got 5 players here. Number 1 is Kelsey Plum. So she is a unrestricted free agent. So if she wanted to, she could leave. However, the Sparks see her as the future of the team. And she is the star. She is the 1A player on the Sparks, even if she shouldn't. And I would argue that she isn't the 1A player that Los Angeles needs. I think that she'll still be protected. And I would be very surprised if Los Angeles decides to let her go. She is 30. So she's still in her prime, obviously, but she's at the beginning to see the decline of her career in a couple of years. She still has, don't get me wrong, she still has a few years left. Next is Rickea Jackson. She's another young player. She's in this core future. She is not a restricted or unrestricted free agent, so she's still on the books. Cheap contract. She's been great. She started 37 of the 38 games that she played, and I would be shocked if Los Angeles lets her go. She is, again, really cheap contract. I would be surprised if she made one of the new qualifiers in the new CBA to get an increase in her current contract. So this is just a good salary to have on the roster, and I would be shocked if the Sparks let her go. And I'm sure if I'm one of these expansion teams and she's on the big board, I'm getting her. Next is Cam Brink. She was drafted, same draft class as Rickea Jackson, that really good 2024 draft class with Caitlin Clark and all that. She has a lot of potential still to show in the league. Half of her time in the league has been spent on the bench because she's just been so injured, but I would be shocked if Los Angeles lets her go. Again, I think that if there are 3 players who Los Angeles is definitely keeping on their team, it's going to be Cam Brink, it's going to be Rickea Jackson, and it's going to be Kelsey Plum. So now we have these other 2 spots. Personally, I think Sarah Ashley Barker is going to be the next player to be protected. She was LA's first-round pick last year, and she has a lot to prove, but she hasn't been awful. I mean, she's had good games. The hope there is that there's a lot more potential. I mean, it's only her rookie year. We have to see how that sophomore year goes, and she could either be turned into a nice asset or be a core piece of this team. Because I think we have to face reality, and that this LA team is not good enough to contend at all, especially when there's teams like the Aces who are just so damn dominant. I think Los Angeles needs to step back and just rebuild. And I hope that the Sparks ownership will finally recognize that and just say, okay, we're not going to be one of the best teams in the league. That's okay, but we need to at least be moving. We can't be treading water. And if you kind of look at, with the NBA, you look at the Kings, you look at the Bulls, they finally accepted, okay, it's time to tank. Because after being just so mid. I mean, we call it the DeMar DeRozan Invitational for a reason, the play-in tournament. So the worst spot to be is mid. You don't want to be mid, because if you're bad, at least you have a better future coming up. That might change with the NBA, but for the WNBA, it still seems consistent. And if you're great, I mean, obviously you're great. No more explanation needed, but ramble over. Number 5 on my list is Dearica Hamby. And I think Hamby has been great for the Sparks, 18, 8, and 3. You're not going to complain about that. And yeah, that alone, that's a good enough reason to keep her. But the only reason I'm the least certain about her is her age. She is 32, so she won't be great for much longer. But her and Plum seem to work together. The advanced stats only have them at a plus 0.45 net rating, so less than half a point there. But some consistency going into next season, especially when you have only 4 players that are still on your roster going into next season. I mean, consistency is a really big thing here. So The Athletic, as I might have mentioned earlier, they put out a big board of the potential top drafted players in this week's expansion draft, and 2 Sparks players made the list. So first is going to be Azura Stevens. She was actually number 2 on the big board. And so if she's unprotected, I would not be shocked if she goes within the first 5. She's great, but she's similar to Plum and Hamby. I mean, she's 30, so she's still in her prime, but not for too much longer. So she would be more of a win now piece rather than a build for the future piece. And I think this Sparks team needs to lean into that build for the future piece. She's also a free agent, so she will be getting a lot of money after this season, or this offseason. Again, this offseason, over 100 free agents in the WNBA. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of people will be getting paid because the salary cap is like going up to, I believe, $7 million. I mean, it's great. It's great to see. So now we have Julie Alleman. That was she was the other one listed. She was listed at 5 on the big board, so she's also one of the most likely to go. She was traded to the Sparks from Chicago in February of 2024, and her time playing has been great. But similar to Steven, she's in her prime right now, so she's definitely more of a win now piece. She's 29, so still younger than Plum, younger than lots of these players. But if the Sparks can retain her in free agency, that would be great. But if she's taken by another team, if she isn't taken by another team in this expansion draft, she's probably going to go get a ton of money. So yeah, that's all for this episode of Spark Spotlight. I hope that you enjoyed. Subscribe. If you have any other ideas of who should be protected, who shouldn't, leave it in the comments. I'll reply to as many as I can. So yeah, thank you.